Intensive versus extensive agriculture. Hello friends. Today we are going to learn about two major types of agricultural systems. 1. Intensive agriculture. 2. Extensive agriculture. Agriculture can be classified according to how much land is used and how many resources, inputs, are invested. The two systems are different in terms of land size, labor, technology, production, and environmental effects. Today we will cover the following topics. Introduction. Intensive agriculture. Intensive agriculture. Pros and cons. Extensive agriculture. Extensive agriculture. Pros and cons. Conclusion. Introduction to agricultural systems. Students, farming is practiced differently around the world. Some farmers produce a large amount of food from a small piece of land by using more labor, fertilizers, irrigation, and technology. This is called intensive agriculture. Other farmers use very large areas of land with fewer inputs and less labor. This is called extensive agriculture. The choice between these systems depends on population density, availability of land, climate conditions, available resources. Intensive agriculture. Definition. Intensive agriculture is a farming system where farmers use high amounts of inputs such as labor, fertilizers, pesticides, irrigation, machinery, on a small area of land to achieve maximum production. Features of intensive agriculture. 1. Small land area. The farmer works on a limited amount of land, but tries to produce as much as possible. 2. High yield per hectare. The production from each hectare is usually very high. 3. High labor and capital investment. It requires more workers, machinery, fertilizers, and technology. 4. Often near cities. Because intensive farms produce food quickly, they are often located near urban areas where food demand is high. 5. Common in highly populated areas. Countries with limited farmland and large populations often use intensive agriculture. Examples of intensive agriculture. Examples include greenhouse farming. Farmers grow vegetables and fruits inside controlled environments where temperature, water, and nutrients are managed. Intensive rice farming. In parts of Southeast Asia, farmers grow multiple rice crops per year from the same land. Dairy and poultry farming. Animals are raised in controlled facilities to produce milk, eggs, and meat efficiently. Advantages of intensive agriculture. Intensive farming has several benefits. 1. High productivity. Farmers can produce large amounts of food from limited land. 2. Efficient land use. It is useful where land is limited. 3. Supports food security. It helps supply food to growing cities and populations. Disadvantages of intensive agriculture. However, intensive farming can create environmental problems. 1. Soil degradation. Continuous farming and heavy chemical use can reduce soil quality. 2. Overuse of chemicals. Excess fertilizer and pesticide use may pollute soil and water. 3. High costs. Farmers need more money to buy inputs, machinery, and technology. Extensive agriculture. Definition. Extensive agriculture is a farming system where farmers use large areas of land, low amounts of labor, fewer inputs. The production per hectare is usually lower compared with intensive agriculture. Features of extensive agriculture. 1. Large land area. Farmers need large fields or grazing areas. 2. Low input use. Less fertilizer, pesticide, irrigation, and machinery are used. 3. Lower productivity per hectare. Each hectare produces less compared with intensive farming. 4. Common in less populated areas. Large areas of land are available, so farmers can spread production over bigger areas. Examples of extensive agriculture. Livestock ranching. Large numbers of sheep or cattle are raised over huge grazing lands. Examples: Australia, United States. Wheat farming. Large wheat farms are common in countries with extensive farmland. Examples: Canada, Kazakhstan. Nomadic pastoralism. Pastoral communities move animals from one grazing area to another in dry regions. Advantages of extensive agriculture. 1. Lower input costs. Farmers spend less money on fertilizers, chemicals, and machinery. 2. Less pressure on land. Because farming intensity is low, soil receives less stress. 3. Suitable for dry and marginal areas. It can be practiced where intensive farming is difficult. Disadvantages of extensive agriculture. 1. Low efficiency per hectare. The amount produced from each hectare is usually low. 2. Not suitable for high population areas. It cannot always produce enough food where many people depend on limited land. 3. Requires large areas. Farmers need large farms to make enough profit. Comparison between intensive and extensive agriculture. Feature: intensive agriculture, extensive agriculture. Land size small, large. Input use high, low. Labor and capital high, low. Yield per hectare high, low. Location: dense population areas, sparse population areas. Environmental impact: often higher, often lower. Summary. Students, remember these important points. Intensive agriculture. Small land. More inputs. High production. More technology. Higher environmental risk. Extensive agriculture. Large land. Fewer inputs. Lower production per hectare. Less environmental pressure. Neither system is always better. The best choice depends on climate, available land, population needs, available resources. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this lesson helpful and learned something new. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe my channel for more educational content. If you have any questions, thoughts, or topics you'd like to see covered in future videos, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks again for your support, and I'll see you in the next lesson.